Hi, this is Ryan from Makerble. Today, I'm going to show you how to add new outcomes to your theory of change. To review, these outcomes are changes that your organization desires to influence. Progress towards these changes is evaluated using measurable variables called indicators. Makerble allows you to track indicators using both values and scales. Scales can be helpful in representing changes that exist on a spectrum, such as changes in attitude or knowledge. To begin adding new outcomes and indicators, I'm first going to navigate to the project page that I want to make edits to. Here, I'm able to see the current theory of change for this project, including all of the outputs and outcomes that I'm tracking. In order to add new outcomes, I'm going to click Project Settings and navigate to Edit Theory of Change. Once I've arrived at the Manage Theory of Change page, I can now begin adding new outcomes to my project. In the short term, my charity is looking to increase knowledge of fracking as an important policy issue. I'm interested in adding a new outcome to better understand how local officials are including fracking in their voting platforms. If I choose Library, I'm able to select from a list of options in our library of outcomes. However, my desired outcome isn't actually in this library, so I'm going to have to make a new one. I do that by clicking the button Make Your Own. It's important to note that if I want my new outcome to be tracked using an indicator with a scale, I'll need to make that scale first. If this is the case, I recommend that you pause this video and watch the tutorial on making a scale before proceeding. Once you've made your scale, or if you don't plan on using one, you can continue making your own outcome by clicking on that button. Here, I'm able to design my own outcome. I'm going to type it in the box here. Increased prominence of fracking as a local voting issue. Once I've given my outcome a name, I can now add indicators to it in order to make it measurable. Without indicators, I won't be able to track my progress towards achieving this desired outcome. As with the outcome, I can select indicators from the drop-down list, or I can type them into the box on my own to create a new one. Once I'm happy with the outcome, I can click Add Outcome. However, if I want to add more indicators, I can do that as well. I'm happy with just one. Now, when I click Choose from Library, I'll be able to find the new outcome that I just created by scrolling down and selecting it from the list of options. Once I'm happy with the edits that I've made to my outcomes, I can click Save Changes. However, if I wanted to add more than one outcome, I can do that as well. I'm happy with just one. On this next page, I'm able to add targets to my new outcome by specifying a value in the corresponding box. So, if I scroll down and find my new outcome, I'm able to see increased prominence of fracking as a local voting issue, and say, maybe in the next month, I want 10 of our local representatives to have expressed a formal stance on fracking. If I've made any scales, I can also apply them by clicking Add Ratio and selecting it from the list. But since I don't have any scales to apply to this indicator, I'm not going to add one. Once I'm happy with the changes to this page, I'm going to hit Save. I can now see all of these new outcomes in my theory of change.